Drunk driver! No drunk drivers. 3 years. 3 years. Still feels like yesterday. Still feels like yesterday. Thoughts, story to tell, and of course, knowledge. My thoughts is, 3 years, and I'm still here. I told y'all, I'm not going nowhere. It's one thing to say it, it's another thing to actually do it. And some people may think my words are falling on deaf ears. Nah, because the people who have reached out to me, they've shared their stories. They've told me how, just by me doing these videos, it's had a positive impact upon them. People suffering with depression, just all these other facets of life that wasn't my intention. I was just coming up here and representing for my family. And the way they broke it down and told me how it impacted them, I'm like, man, this is real, it made me feel good. It made me feel good. And as far as people may think, if that's not enough to be like, okay, yeah, this guy's onto something, the people, you all have to realize that a lot of people knew about this story. So don't think for a second that they're not watching. People of notoriety and politicians and all that. They want me to go away. I know they do. That's why they haven't really responded. They want me to go away because they know that they cannot answer those questions that I will present to them. It's going to expose them, a mindset, all kind of other things, right? So yeah, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm still strong. I'm still moving forward. Now to the story. I would say about a couple weeks ago, I went to the site. And the story, this is something that I want, especially kids of African descent, who may look like myself, male or female, or man or woman. It has a message in there. Let me break it down. So I'm at the site, right? Doing my thing, cleaning up, doing whatever I do. And after I finished up my task. And as I'm walking back to my vehicle, I notice a white truck. He pulls up alongside of the driver's side of my truck. This is now, I'm walking up. And I'm always aware of my surroundings. So what I did was go to the passenger side, open up my vehicle. I act like I was shuffling things and getting myself organized. The whole time, I had my eyes fixated on this guy. He was a Caucasian male. I was wondering, what is he up to? Why is he parking so close to me? Right? That's the first thing in my head. Right? First thing in my head. Why is he parking so close to me? And the trucks, he has his truck, he put it in park and never turned the vehicle off. I'm watching his actions. I'm doing my thing. Stays there for a while. I guess he noticed that I wasn't going around to the driver's side. There was another reason why I went to the passenger side. Because like I said, I don't roll by myself. Never. Never. So he eventually backs up, and then he comes around and he pulls up along the truck, around the, the back side of my vehicle, truck bed. So now this driver's door is facing, as soon as he turns left, he's looking directly at me. And he stops. So in my head, I'm like, here we go. What's it gonna be this time? I've met a lot of people out there, so I'm just curious how this is gonna go. And most of the time, my interactions with folks out there, they've been positive. A lot of times, they end up being emotional with them. So I grant people that opportunity to get that off their chest if they choose to. So I'm sitting there. I didn't move, so now I'm looking. And then I have both vehicle doors open. The back vehicle door on the passenger side, the back and the front door open. He goes, "Hey man, hey, what are you doing?" I'm already not in the mood. I'm not. I'll just be honest with you. I just wasn't in the mood at that time. But over there, I'm at a heightened sense of awareness, based off of the location and what transpired right there, and rightfully so. So he goes, "Hey man, what you doing?" And I didn't say nothing. I'm quick on the feet, man. So I used my head. I knew that something was going on in this man's head. I didn't know what. I didn't know his purpose. Normally, I would have fired off with some expletives, and it could have just went there. For some reason, I didn't. Now, I gave him the ice grill. Ice grill. And I also had my hands on something. You have to understand. And I'm talking to this gentleman. I think I know who this person is. But we'll get to that to a second. But there's a reason why I had my hands on something. I'm going to tell you how my mind works. When you rolled up and decided to pull up on the side of my vehicle, and then you waited there, I took that as being premeditated. Strike one. Then when you pulled up behind my vehicle, I had no means of egress, meaning I could not escape out of my vehicle if I wanted to. That is an aggressive act towards me. Strike two. Now, hey, what are you doing? All right, man, that's you. Strike three, you out. Now you're verbally trying to entice me to get me out of character. So when you said that, I was ready. I ice grilled you, and it's the reason why I did that. I was looking to see what was going to be your next move. Anything more aggressive, I would have had to defend myself, because you've already initiated what I perceive to be aggressive acts or aggressive behavior. I didn't say nothing. I stared at you like this. No movements. I didn't say nothing. I didn't respond to your question. You noticed that. So then you rephrase on how you were speaking. You said, and I'm paraphrasing, And you go, well, do you know those people out there? And then I looked at you again. Now, at this point, I'm trying to figure out, what is your motive? Why are you questioning me? It went from an aggressive tone to now a more civilized tone. I then answered with, yeah. That's it. Kept it short. I'm still trying to figure this guy out. Also, I'm keeping my eyes on you, just to make sure you didn't get out of the vehicle or you didn't take your hands off the steering wheel. Anything more than that, that was aggressive towards me. But you didn't. And when I said, yeah, I noticed your face changed. Your face became red. So now I'm like, They got me wondering, like, who is this guy? And then you begin to, I think you said something like, yeah, man, he said, yeah, you know those people? And I said, yeah. And then you go, yeah, it's a couple of them out there, huh? And I just looked at you. And then you said, yeah, man, that's sad what happened. So you really, you know the family? And you said that again. And I looked at you and I said, yeah. Now this time when you said, do I know the family? I noticed your voice started cracking. His voice started cracking. As if he was begin to cry. He looked, his eyes was red. He had tears in his eyes. Man had tears in his eyes. Voice was cracking. He started shaking his head, almost like in disbelief. And then he started nodding his head up and down. I remember that. And he applauded my actions. Say, man, he said, oh, so you were just cleaning up. I see. That's a good thing you're doing, man. That's a good thing you're doing. And when he said that, after everything that transpired, I think I know who that individual is. For someone to, and then, after he said it, he applauded me, and then he drove off. It was a white GMC truck. I didn't get the license plate. I wasn't thinking about that at that time. Normally I am. As he drove off, I didn't realize, I think I know who this individual is. This is one of the people I've been enticing to try to get them to tell their story. The reason I come to that conclusion is, this is 3 years later, y'all. This is someone who I don't know. I don't know if Shayla knew this person. Yet they were visibly shaken up by what happened 3 years ago, to the point to where this grown man he was crying. He was pretty much crying, without the tears rolling down, things like that, but the voice shaking and the watery eyes, red face. He was shaken up. And I have a message to you. If you want to, and just like I've always been saying, to reach out. Got my email. I'm all on social media. You might even, if you are who I think you are, you know people who I know. I think you are the father of the passenger, of the young lady who was in the passenger seat when that tragedy occurred. See, that young lady in that passenger seat, she was underage as well. But I think it was her vehicle. And initially, she was the one that was driving. And then that's when Veronica took the wheel, thinking that she was capable of driving. So it easily could have been her, your daughter, in that driver's seat. And then the tragedy occurred. I'm thinking, now I could be wrong, that you are the father of that young lady, right? And you know what transpired on that day, February 28th, and it's weighing on you. I'm gonna make it a little bit easier for you. You can reach out, man. Go ahead and contact me via email, whatnot, social media. Say your words. Speak what you're gonna speak, right? And from then on, I'm going to reply. And it's going to go a little something like, hey, you can either take the route that most people of I don't want to say low morale, or I'll just say the coward way out. Yeah, I'm just going to be blunt with it. Not say anything, wishing it goes away. Or you can be a stand-up man. Use your story, because you do have a story now. And you can be a positive influence, meaning your perspective on things, you'll be able to share on the other side. See, I'm on the victim side. You're on the people who survive side, who actually caused all of this trauma. I know y'all didn't wish it, y'all didn't want this to happen, but you being the father of that young lady, that's on your watch. She was underage. So all your teaching and tutelage, something went wrong along those lines. And you can share the pain that you go through, that your family may be going through, the shame, the guilt, and how there are no winners in a situation, in a tragedy, such as what transpired on February the 28th, 2018. That can be your side. That can be your perspective. And it can touch people. You can reach people that I can't reach. I'm on the victim side, right? And this side it's easy to touch people's hearts with this story. But you can hit on the other side of the people who may be conducting themselves in a certain way that leads to tragedies such as what happened to my family, right? That's how you can do this. You can still impact people. You can flip it, and you can control the narrative to something positive. And that'll be respectable. Only then, I'll tip my hat to you. Until then, that's how you can do it. If that's you. If that's you. Now, if that was not you, and you were just a supporter, you were touched by what happened, just a random guy that I don't know, nobody knows, and you just been out there, I guess, saying your words or you know, thinking about how you would have felt if that was your family, you were touched by the story. You may even went out there to, you know, clean up every now and then. Whatever you were doing. If you were not the individual who I was speaking to or speaking about earlier, and you're just a supporter, my advice to you is pump your brakes, homeboy. Pump your brakes. I get it. You want to show your support. You want to help out. You want to show that you riding with us. And I get it, man. Salute. Salute. But pump your brakes, man. Don't approach no grown man in that fashion, because you're going to get somebody hurt. Either you're going to get hurt, I'm going to get hurt, somebody else is going to get hurt. Ultimately, that's all that's going to occur if you continue on this overzealous acts. Right now, I can kind of smile about it or whatnot, but during that time, and you know, there wasn't no smiles on that day. You was getting ice grilled. Also, I was monitoring you very, very carefully. I felt threatened, man. And when I feel threatened, I'm not running away. As you see, I didn't move, I didn't back away, I didn't do none of that. I was prepared. I was prepared. That's all I'm gonna say. I was prepared. So, and you know, I don't want that from people who want to show their support. There's been plenty of times I've had plenty of conversations with strangers out there, people who I don't know, all different races, ethnicities, whatever, and they've always been positive. So you just chill out, homeboy, and that's the jewel that I want people to have. When you're out here walking around, use your mind, use your brain. You don't have to react emotionally. I had every excuse to do so in that moment. I chose not to. I'm thinking ahead. You don't have to talk to these individuals when they're getting out of line. It's about action at that point. So words at that point don't really mean too much. It's about that action. Now, if you're walking towards them, you're getting out the car, you're making a movement, yeah, it's on and popping. Yeah, we're gonna get it shaking. But if ain't nobody getting it shaking with you, man, just let that shit slide. Just let it slide. It's not worth it. Let it slide. They have people out here who, they have a wicked agenda and they know the law is on their side. So if they get you out of character, they feel they have the green light to do what they're gonna do. And if you're not prepared to go there, or if you don't have the sufficient tools to carry out anything, you have to keep that in the back of your mind as well. See, me, I got both. And I know that. I'm not bragging, I'm not boasting. I'm just talking about reality. And that's why things happened the way it did. And it ended up being, I guess you could say, somewhat of a positive outcome. See, I controlled that whole narrative by my actions. I manipulated the situation, even though that man was the aggressor. I flipped the script. At the end of that interaction, he was the one that was in tears. He was the one that was in pain and drove off with that guilt, whatever he had in his heart. Feel me? But yeah, man, 3 years later, I'm still rocking, still here, still got more content, still got more music. I think I got 2 songs. One of them I wrote, just got to drop it. Record it. The other one I'm almost done writing. Yeah, so. And I'm gonna be talking about different stuff, different content, all of those good things, man. But y'all still rocking with your boy. I appreciate it. All the supporters, I appreciate it. Just know your boy's still strong, still in this thing, still in it to win it. And the politicians, I'm still watching y'all, man. They really showed their colors, boy, in this storm. One of them out there vacationing, the other one finger pointing, he want to fire everybody. Yeah, I ain't forgot about y'all. I'm gonna still drop that video. I'm gonna still drop that one. But yeah, I just wanted to reach out to y'all, man, and let y'all know, hey, family appreciate everything. Still here rocking strong. We still moving forward with the agenda. And that is to get these laws strengthened to combat drunk driving. Yeah, I'm doing it the unconventional way. If you want to do it your way, you can do it your way. I support you. I'm just an unconventional type of person, you know, so you want to do it the conventional way, hey, you can come through and we can figure that out. You spearhead it and I support you. It don't matter. As long as we get there, we get there. All right? Till next time, peace.